The great seafaring adventure that is accepted by archaeology is called the Polynesian expansion, and it's a remarkable story, and that occurs roughly 3,000 to 3,500 years ago.
One of the things that strikes me about the Indus Valley civilization is that we find a steatite seal of an individual seated in a recognizable yoga posture, and that seal is 5,000 years old.
What if everything we've been told about ancient history is completely wrong? Hold on to your seats, because what artificial intelligence just revealed about our past will shake you to your very core. This isn't just another archaeological discovery.
Emerged ultimately out of shamanism. If we go back into the Stone Age, if we go back into what's called the Upper Paleolithic, we will find that the world was pretty much shamanistic at that time.
This is a complete game changer that's making mainstream archaeologists panic and scramble for explanations. The LiDAR breakthrough that changes everything. AI is now pulling back the curtain on history, revealing ancient structures long hidden beneath dense jungles, discoveries that challenge much of what we thought we knew about our past and align closely with what Graham Hancock has been warning about for decades. While traditional archaeologists remain attached to comfortable, long-standing theories, AI is uncovering lost cities, deciphering fragile ancient texts, and exposing evidence of civilizations far more advanced than we imagined. These breakthroughs are reshaping archaeology as we know it, yet there are still powerful voices working to keep some of these findings out of public view. LiDAR, light detection and ranging technology, combined with AI, is now uncovering ancient structures hidden for centuries beneath dense jungles, from the misty mountains near Machu Picchu to the depths of the Amazon rainforest. These scans have revealed sophisticated city layouts, advanced engineering, and massive interconnected networks that challenge the mainstream view of early human history. Far from being scattered villages, these were thriving civilizations, with infrastructure rivaling the great cradles of civilization, and possibly much older than Mesopotamia or Egypt. For years, Graham Hancock has argued that advanced societies existed long before conventional timelines suggest, and now AI-driven discoveries are bringing hard evidence to back him up. Graham Hancock has long argued that an advanced civilization with spiritual and technological sophistication existed during the last ice age, only to be wiped out by comet impacts around 12,900 years ago. He believes survivors passed their knowledge to hunter-gatherers, sparking the rise of the earliest known civilizations. For years, mainstream archaeology dismissed him as a fringe theorist, but AI is now lending weight to many of his claims. Hancock's Netflix series, Ancient Apocalypse, first released in 2022, brought his ideas to millions, showcasing real archaeological sites and anomalies that challenge the conventional timeline of human history. The second season, released in 2024 alongside Keanu Reeves, arrived just as AI-driven breakthroughs were reshaping archaeology. Technologies like LiDAR and AI are now revealing ancient sites at unprecedented speed and accuracy. LiDAR scans pierce dense vegetation to create detailed 3D maps of hidden landscapes, while AI algorithms analyze the data to detect subtle patterns and structures invisible to the human eye. Together, they give archaeologists a near superhuman ability to uncover lost civilizations, bringing long-buried truths into the light and making it harder than ever to dismiss the mysteries Hancock has been pointing to for decades. Recent AI and LiDAR discoveries are uncovering sites that challenge the very foundation of mainstream archaeology. In Ireland's County Wicklow, researchers have identified hundreds of previously unknown monuments at Baltinglass structures that, according to traditional timelines, shouldn't even exist. In Guatemala, LiDAR scans have revealed sprawling Maya cities with advanced water systems, intricate urban planning, and populations in the millions, far surpassing anything historians thought possible for the era. These findings paint a picture of ancient societies that were highly organized, technologically skilled, and globally connected, contradicting the long-held belief that complex civilization is a recent development. For decades, archaeologists have resisted such evidence because it undermines the academic narrative they've built over a century. But AI is exposing a different reality. Advanced civilizations existed much earlier, their cities abandoned after sudden catastrophes, and their architectural styles and planning principles appearing across continents thousands of miles apart. This pattern aligns with Graham Hancock's controversial Younger Dryas theory that around 12,900 years ago, comet impacts triggered a rapid climate shift, wiping out a sophisticated global civilization. According to Hancock, survivors carried their knowledge across the world, seeding the earliest known cultures. AI doesn't care about reputations or entrenched theories. It simply processes data, and the patterns it's finding suggest those survivors may have been real, their influence stretching farther and deeper into history than we ever imagined. Here's where Hancock's theories get really controversial, and where AI discoveries are raising the most uncomfortable questions for mainstream science. Hancock doesn't just propose that ancient civilizations were technologically advanced. He suggests they possessed what he calls spiritual technology. This involves altered states of consciousness, psychoactive substances, and practices that allowed ancient peoples to access knowledge and capabilities that we don't understand today. Now, AI can't directly detect spiritual practices or consciousness-altering rituals, but what it can detect are the results of sophisticated knowledge that seems to appear fully formed in the archaeological record. We're seeing evidence of advanced astronomical knowledge, sophisticated mathematical concepts, and engineering capabilities that seem to emerge without the gradual development process we'd expect. It's as if certain ancient societies suddenly possessed advanced knowledge without going through the normal learning curve. This pattern is consistent with Hancock's hypothesis that knowledge was passed down from survivors of a more advanced civilization, rather than developed gradually by primitive societies. The Amazon's hidden megacities. Now, time to dive deeper into what AI has revealed in the Amazon.
I really want to help my kids to understand how to use AI as a sidekick, because I really do think in the future, a human teamed up with an AI is capable of so much more than just a human on their own.
Because these discoveries are absolutely revolutionary. For generations, we've been told that the Amazon was sparsely populated by small hunter-gatherer tribes. The rainforest was seen as too hostile, too difficult, too challenging for large-scale human settlement. AI has proven this assumption completely wrong. LiDAR surveys have revealed massive urban complexes throughout the Amazon basin. We're talking about cities that supported populations in the hundreds of thousands, sophisticated agricultural systems that transformed entire landscapes, and engineering projects that rival anything built by the Maya or Inca. These weren't recent developments either. Carbon dating of associated artifacts suggests these urban centers were thriving thousands of years ago, during periods when conventional archaeology tells us complex civilization didn't exist in the Americas. The implications are staggering. If the Amazon supported massive urban populations thousands of years ago, what does that say about our understanding of human development? What does it say about the capabilities of our ancestors? Here's something that mainstream archaeology struggles to explain, but that becomes more understandable when viewed through Hancock's framework. Throughout the archaeological record, we see evidence of sophisticated technologies appearing suddenly and then disappearing just as quickly. Advanced stonework that we can barely replicate today. Astronomical alignments require complex mathematical knowledge. Engineering solutions that seem to emerge fully formed without any evidence of gradual development. AI analysis is making these technological anomalies even more apparent. Machine learning algorithms can identify subtle patterns in construction techniques, measure precision levels that human eyes might miss, and detect anomalies that don't fit established historical timelines. The evidence suggests that certain ancient societies possessed technological knowledge that was far advanced for their supposed place in human development. This knowledge appears to have been lost and rediscovered multiple times throughout history. This pattern makes perfect sense if, as Hancock suggests, advanced knowledge was being passed down by survivors of a destroyed civilization. These survivors would have possessed sophisticated knowledge, but they would have been working with primitive tools and limited resources in their new environments. The reaction of mainstream archaeology to these AI discoveries has been fascinating to watch. Instead of embracing groundbreaking new evidence, many established archaeologists have gone into full damage control mode. They're dismissing the significance of the discoveries. They're questioning the reliability of the technology. They're attacking the credentials of researchers who are excited about the implications. But here's the thing. You can't argue with data. You can't dismiss evidence just because it doesn't fit your preferred narrative. And you certainly can't ignore discoveries just because they support theories you don't like. The AI revolution in archaeology is just getting started. These machines don't care about academic politics, tenure tracks, or established reputations. They simply process data and reveal patterns. And the patterns they're revealing are telling a very different story about our past than the one we've been taught. Let's talk about another piece of the puzzle that AI analysis is making impossible to ignore: the global megalithic phenomenon. Graham discovers a fascinating pattern that may connect the spectacular megalithic temples of Malta, which he believes to be much older than officially claimed. Malta's megalithic temples are officially dated to around 5,500 years ago, making them older than Stonehenge and the Egyptian pyramids. But Hancock suggests they could be much, much older, possibly dating back to the end of the last ice age. AI analysis of construction techniques, astronomical alignments, and geological evidence is supporting the possibility that these sites are far more ancient than officially recognized. The precision of the stonework, the sophistication of the engineering, and the advanced astronomical knowledge required for their construction all suggest a level of capability that doesn't fit conventional timelines. But here's what's really interesting. Similar megalithic construction techniques are showing up all over the world. From Peru to Turkey, from Easter Island to Scotland, we're seeing massive stone structures built with remarkably similar methods. AI pattern recognition is making these connections more apparent than ever before. The technology can analyze construction techniques across different sites and identify subtle similarities that suggest shared knowledge or common origins. The Gobekli Tepe revolution. Speaking of megalithic mysteries, let's talk about Gobekli Tepe, the site that's already revolutionized our understanding of ancient capabilities, and that's being further illuminated by AI analysis. Gobekli Tepe in Turkey dates to approximately 11,500 years ago, making it one of the oldest known complex structures on Earth. The site features massive stone pillars arranged in circles covered with sophisticated carvings of animals and symbols. What makes Gobekli Tepe so revolutionary is its age. According to conventional archaeology, humans 11,500 years ago were supposed to be hunter-gatherers, just beginning to experiment with agriculture. They weren't supposed to be capable of quarrying, transporting, and precisely placing massive stone blocks weighing up to 20 tons each. But AI analysis is revealing even more sophistication at Gobekli Tepe than we previously realized. Machine learning algorithms analyzing the site's layout have identified complex geometric patterns, astronomical alignments, and evidence of advanced planning that suggests the builders possess sophisticated mathematical and engineering knowledge. This supports Hancock's theory that Gobekli Tepe was built by people who possessed advanced knowledge that may have been passed down from an earlier, more sophisticated civilization. One of the most controversial aspects of Hancock's theories involves global flood myths and what they might represent in terms of actual historical events. Flood stories appear in cultures around the world, from the biblical account of Noah to similar stories in Mesopotamian, Hindu, Native American, and dozens of other traditions. Mainstream archaeology has generally dismissed these as mythological stories rather than historical accounts. But AI analysis of geological and archaeological data is revealing evidence that supports the possibility of major flooding events around the end of the last ice age. Rising sea levels, catastrophic ice dam failures, and massive tsunamis could have inundated coastal areas where early civilizations might have developed. If advanced civilizations existed in coastal areas during the Ice Age, when sea levels were hundreds of feet lower than today, evidence of these civilizations would now be underwater. This could explain why we found so little direct evidence of the advanced civilization that Hancock proposes. AI analysis of underwater topography and seafloor features is beginning to reveal structures that may be artificial, potential evidence of submerged settlements that were flooded when the ice sheets melted. The precision that defies explanation. Now talk about something that really drives home the mystery of ancient capabilities, the incredible precision found at ancient sites around the world. AI measurement systems are revealing levels of accuracy in ancient construction that are almost impossible to explain using conventional historical timelines. We're talking about stone blocks cut and fitted with tolerances that modern machinery would struggle to achieve. At sites like Pumapunku in Bolivia, Sacsayhuaman in Peru, and the Great Pyramid in Egypt, AI analysis is revealing precision levels that suggest the builders had access to advanced tools and measurement systems. The blocks fit together so perfectly that you can't slide a knife blade between them. How is it possible that civilizations using supposedly primitive tools achieved precision levels that challenge modern construction techniques? The conventional explanation is that these ancient builders were simply very patient and very skilled with hand tools. But AI analysis suggests that the level of precision goes beyond what would be possible with hand tools alone. The patterns revealed by machine learning algorithms indicate systematic approaches to measurement, cutting, and fitting that suggest sophisticated technology. Another area where AI is revealing uncomfortable truths about ancient capabilities involves astronomical knowledge. Sites around the world demonstrate an incredibly sophisticated understanding of astronomical cycles, celestial mechanics, and mathematical concepts that were supposedly unknown to ancient peoples. The precision of these alignments and the complexity of the calculations involved suggest advanced scientific knowledge. AI analysis can measure these alignments with unprecedented accuracy and identify astronomical relationships that human researchers might miss. The results reveal that ancient sites incorporated astronomical knowledge that shouldn't have existed according to conventional timelines. For example, many ancient sites demonstrate knowledge of precession, the slow wobble of Earth's axis that takes approximately 26,000 years to complete one full cycle. This is an extremely subtle astronomical phenomenon that requires centuries of careful observation to detect. How did ancient peoples, who supposedly lacked sophisticated mathematical and observational tools, detect and accurately measure such subtle astronomical phenomena? Throughout his work, Hancock has emphasized the role of shamans, priests, and other spiritual practitioners in preserving and transmitting ancient knowledge. He suggests that certain individuals in ancient societies served as repositories of advanced information passed down from earlier civilizations. AI analysis of ancient texts, symbols, and cultural practices is revealing patterns that support this hypothesis. Machine learning algorithms can identify subtle connections between different traditions, trace the evolution of symbolic systems, and detect knowledge preservation methods that might not be apparent to human researchers. The evidence suggests that certain ancient societies developed sophisticated methods for preserving and transmitting complex information across generations. This knowledge preservation system could explain how advanced information survived the collapse of earlier civilizations and was passed down to later societies. Here's a question that's becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. If AI is revealing so much evidence that supports alternative theories about ancient history, why isn't this information more widely known? The answer involves a complex web of academic politics, institutional resistance, and vested interests that have a lot to lose if established historical narratives are overturned. Academic careers have been built on specific interpretations of the archaeological record. Entire departments, research programs, and funding streams depend on maintaining established theories about human development. When AI reveals evidence that contradicts these established theories, it threatens the entire academic power structure that has grown up around conventional archaeology. This isn't just about admitting mistakes. This is about acknowledging that fundamental assumptions about human history need to be completely reconsidered. Despite the resistance from established institutions, the AI revolution in archaeology is unstoppable. The technology is becoming more sophisticated, more accessible, and more powerful with each passing year. New discoveries are being made constantly. LiDAR surveys are revealing hidden structures on every continent. Machine learning algorithms are identifying patterns in data that human researchers never noticed. Artificial intelligence is literally rewriting the story of human civilization. And Graham Hancock, who has been proposing these revolutionary ideas for decades, is being vindicated by silicon and steel rather than flesh and blood. The machines don't have egos to protect or careers to preserve. They simply process data and reveal truth. And the truth they're revealing suggests that our ancestors were far more advanced, far more capable, and far more connected than we've been told. What this means for you. So what does all this mean for regular people like you and me? Why should we care about ancient civilizations and AI discoveries? Because this isn't just about the past. It's about understanding our true potential as human beings. If our ancestors were capable of achievements that we're only now rediscovering, what does that say about human capabilities? What does it suggest about the knowledge and abilities that we might have lost over the millennia? The AI discoveries aren't just revealing ancient sites. They're revealing evidence of human potential that challenges everything we think we know about our own species. We might be the descendants of civilizations that achieved things we consider impossible. We might carry within our genetic memory the echoes of knowledge and capabilities that surpass anything in our current technological arsenal. One of the most intriguing aspects of Hancock's work involves the role of consciousness and altered states in ancient knowledge systems. While AI can't directly detect consciousness, it can reveal patterns in ancient practices and sites that suggest a sophisticated understanding of human psychology and neurological function. Many ancient sites around the world seem designed to alter consciousness to create specific psychological and perhaps even physiological effects in people who visit them. The acoustics, the lighting, the geometric proportions, and the symbolic elements all seem carefully calculated to produce particular mental states. AI analysis of these sites is revealing that the consciousness-altering effects aren't accidental. They're engineered with precision that suggests a deep understanding of how the human brain works. This supports Hancock's hypothesis that ancient peoples possessed sophisticated knowledge about consciousness and used this knowledge as a form of technology, which he calls spiritual technology. If Hancock's theories are correct, and if AI discoveries continue to support his ideas, the implications for modern science are staggering. We might need to completely reconsider our understanding of human development, technological progress, and the relationship between consciousness and knowledge. We might discover that certain types of knowledge can't be understood through purely rational, analytical approaches, that they require altered states of consciousness or spiritual practices that modern science has dismissed. We might learn that our ancestors possessed capabilities that we've lost, knowledge that we've forgotten, and technologies that we don't understand. The AI revolution in archaeology isn't about revealing the past. It's pointing toward possibilities for the future that could transform human civilization once again. What's your thoughts? Are we completely on the edge of rewriting human history, or is there another explanation for these astonishing AI discoveries? Leave your views in the comments. I want to hear what you believe about our mysterious past.